President and CEO, Hall of Fame Resort and Entertainment Company. Joining me now, sir, thank you so much for being with us. It's certainly been a tough year for folks, travel and leisure industry in particular. It must have been difficult to navigate through the pandemic. Tell us about that, but more importantly, reopening time is coming, right? And I know you must be excited about that as well.
Yeah, look, I'm excited in general just for the country. You know, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And for us as a company, we had a lot of opportunity last year to pivot, really focus on some of our virtual environments like our Hall of Fantasy League that we're going to launch this year. Media became a really important piece of business for us. We signed 3 new deals that are really interesting pieces of content that we hope to get out in this next year or so. But more importantly, we're still building. And, you know, we have assets that we're building right now. We opened a new hotel, believe it or not, at the end of Q4. And what we're seeing is the trend lines are really on the upward swing. I think, you know, airline travel is coming back. People are just anxious to get back to these destinations. We're social creatures. And so we're excited about that. And we're excited about welcoming fans back. Here in Ohio, I think we have a real good shot, according to the governor here, of having 100% capacity back in stadium and arenas, you know, in the summer. So, you know, we've got a lot of big events planned, a couple of really big NFL Pro Football Hall of Fame enshrinement events, the kickoff to the NFL preseason here, lots of stuff. And we can't wait to welcome back our guests.
Yeah, we'll see how quickly everything can resume. Obviously, that would work out really well for you. You transitioned in this time. Do you think you would have done some of the things that you did? I'm sure they've turned out to be quite beneficial, but having the app, for example, you launched this mobile app that allows people to interact with teams and players, or having the partnership with HQ Trivia, which my family loves HQ Trivia, right? So I know that's gone well for you. Do you think you would have done some of these things or even thought of them if it weren't for the pandemic?
Yeah, we really are just, you know, putting it in football language. We're executing against the game plan and the strategy that we laid out last year as we went public and merged with Gordon Point. We always had a vision of an integrated company with these 3 business verticals, theme destination-based assets, both here in Canton and creating opportunities off campus as well. And then media, you know, when you have access to exclusive content like we do with our brand partnerships at the Pro Football Hall of Fame and the NFL Alumni Association, and even other content providers that we've signed deals with recently, you know, media has never been higher demanded. And media about professional football or legends who have played the game, boy, people really have interest in that. And so while I'd say we focused on those different business verticals, media and gaming, you know, the equity we were able to raise over the last several months has allowed us to invest in our business. And that's what we've done across all 3 business units. And as we've invested, we're creating these unique experiences for guests to enjoy both physically and virtually as well. And HQ, I'm right there with you. I love the app we took over Thursday nights. We rebranded it the Hall of Trivia app. We had Hall of Famers reading questions and telling stories, and that's part of our secret sauce. You know, we have access to the best players to ever play the game. And so we were really excited about it. And it gave us access to gamers. And as we think about, you know, on March 30th, launching our unique fantasy football experience, our Hall of Fantasy League, it really gave us access to those kinds of fans that like to play games and like to be engaged with professional sport as well.
Is there anything in the future of some betting involved to make it even, whether it's fake money or real money? I don't know. I mean, people that are doing all these fantasy things, they also like to put a little wager on everything too, right?
I think it's human nature. We all like to wager, don't we? And technology advancing allows us to have access to gaming companies that allow sports betting. For us, you know, in Ohio, sports betting is not legal yet. We've worked a lot with different consultants and even some legislators to understand the environment. We are working with sports betting partners and showing them all the unique aspects of what we have to bring to a relationship with a sports betting partner. And I would say, you know, a focus of ours, especially in our gaming division, is to have access to sports betting. Fans enjoy it. It enhances the way in which they engage with sport in general. And, you know, for us, we're a sports and entertainment company. It makes sense for us to be in that space. And so Our Hall of Fantasy League, our fantasy experience sets up quite nicely for that. This is a league where it's sort of the NFL franchise model. You have virtual
Boy, that almost
teams that
sounds
have
like a
front
sure
offices.
thing. That almost sounds like a sure thing that you're working on this.
Look, a sure thing is never a sure thing until you make it happen, but we have a great team, and our team is really focused on it, and I think we can make it happen. It's just we gotta have some luck with the legalization of betting here in Ohio, but we're positioning ourselves to take advantage of it.
And you've hired a few names, you've partnered with a few new names in the NFL, and obviously have some of the old-time favorites. What are some names that have been popping up a lot or trending a lot when it comes to Hall of Fame Resort and Entertainment?
Well, we signed a deal with Elite Holdings, which I think is phenomenal. I don't know if you know this, Nicole. 10 players in the history of college and professional football have won a Heisman Trophy and then been inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I didn't know that. Tim Brown called me and was telling me the story. And that was pretty cool to be on a call with Tim Brown, Marcus Allen, Earl Campbell, and have them hear about all the things that they were doing. So we're producing with NFL Films a docu-series or a film maybe about these 10 individuals and all the excellence that they were able to achieve on and off the field. That's just an example. But we have multiple other deals that we have signed as well on the media front with former and current NFL players. Inspired is another, Heroes of Change is another docu-series that we're doing with Tupelo Honey. And so lots of access to great content. And when you have that, coming from Disney, I can tell you, when you have great content, you have demand and you have ways to monetize that across multiple different business verticals. And that's our goal.